Now we're going to be looking at choke from mount. So the attacker is in mount position or on top, and we're underneath having to react to the choke position. So I'll show you it here. So the attacker has gone into mount here. You can see I've got my guard up and in, but he's managed to get to a choking position. If the attacker is in this type of position, he's most likely typically stronger and heavier than you. So he's using his dominance here and his variables to then crush your windpipe and strangle your blood here. Very strong position, very dangerous position. So from in here, what's going to happen, once this happens, your hands are going to come to the problem area. They're not going to go here, it's going to come to here because this is quite painful as a reaction. Now from here, we've got a couple of solutions we can do. Here's the first one. I'll do one through all the way through. So what's happening here is this. You're going to react to the hands on the neck. So one of the options we can do to try and release the pressure on the neck here and then also control the hand is one of them I could do is my hand's going to come to the midline. I'm going to blade my hand here and I think about doing a vertical elbow strike upwards. And so what happens is here is I'm going to throw this elbow, and just like an elbow strike standing, I'm also going to strike and drive my shoulder forward here like so to help drive this elbow up. Now at some point here, I do want to use momentum, so I need to be fast with this one here. And as soon as it gets up to here, what I want to do is wrap up his arm. And how I do this is just I turn the thumb. So I turn the thumb here. Turning the thumb in and kicking my elbow out will help give you a very fast wrap. From here I want to wrap his arm and I want to pull it in tight. The tighter I pull this in, the more he gets pulled in and down, the easier it is for me to bridge and roll him here. Now from here, as soon as I've done that, at the same time, as you're starting at least your release, your feet, you should bring your heels to your butt. You need your heels to be quite high to your butt, because that's what allows me to give the strong bridging motion. Now, once I've done this here, and done my catch and wrap, as I've got my heels in, as I'm trapping his arm, I'd also like to trap his foot if I can. So you can see on this side here, my foot is trapping his foot here. Because what happens is here, after this, I actually want to bridge him over. Now what happens is, to bridge him, if I don't trap this hand, and I just release it, if I bridge, he can do what's called a post. So if he posts, I can't continue to bridge, and then he can start to strike from here, continue. Happens. The other problem is, even if I did control this, if I don't control his foot, when I get the bridge, he could also post it out as well to keep his balance. So I need to take away his post, his leg and his foot, his arm and his foot. From here, now that I've got this, I need to act as fast as I can, because the slower I go, the more he can transition to different things, grabs and punches. So from here, when I want to do my bridge, I'm going to look over my shoulder, because this is where he wants to go. And then with my free hand here, what you can do is you're going to make a fist. With my partner, I'll just do it with an open hand to be nice. And with my fist here, I can actually punch his ribs in the same direction that I'm going to bridge up and over for here. This will help get him over, and also I've got an attack on the way over. Now from here, if we just scoot one more, what happens from this position, I need to look over and I need to explode, pressing with my feet and coming up onto the shoulder. I want to do what's called a bridge and roll. The bridge is what's going to move him over, and what happens is, as I'm here, I'm going to bridge, explode your hips up and over as fast and as high as you can. So from here, I'm going to hit and bridge up and over, and then I roll with him. When you come over, this is quite important. I want to roll and get this foot down with this knee up. This gives me a very good striking platform. It gives me a fast up and exit if someone was to come into me here. And also it hinders him doing a close guard on me to bring me down into him here. And even if he tries, he starts, I can start to open that up because his groin's open. So it's harder for him to close his guard on me behind. Now, as soon as I'm coming over, I actually don't come up into a prop position. as soon as we're coming over, I immediately hit before I even get up. I'm immediately hitting high. As soon as he covers his head, I then will hit low. So I attack the head high. As soon as he covers, I will hit low to the groin a couple. And then what I want to do is I want to go high, low, out. So I've gone bum, high, I switch to low immediately, a couple of quick hits, and from here I'm going to go out. When I go out, I want to actually get this leg off me and get up. So from here, when I do so, instead of trying to catch and look here, all I do is with this hand here, same side as his leg up, palm, bring it to your butt here. That way I've cleared the leg, and then from here, scoop the leg. By scooping the leg, like doing a bicep curl, by scooping the leg, I don't have to see where this leg is. I just need to sit here and I scoop it up without having to look. As my hand is coming over to scoop, I will just add a safety block in front of me, just in case this guy tries to arc up to punch me high. This has got a bit more cover for my head. It won't be here for very long because I've gone high, low, and I'm already going for out. Now here, this is up, but low to protect him. Don't have it too high because he can just raise up. From here, I will then turtle my chin down and my head, and I'll punch this leg straight. You can see here I've made a straight motion here. Now, as soon as that leg goes over, I'm going to pin him with my hands, pin and stand up, and I'd like to move towards his head. Because if he likes to keep attacking here, I am on my feet is a bit better position. And clearly I can make my escape if I have to. From this position also, here, I could go very quickly, transition to a side control position. Here, where I can start to hit down and hitting. I've also got knees, elbows, hammers. I've got low and high. I can then start to move into different positions for ground fighting. But then I can also then just pin and stand up. One last thing is you don't want to, when you've got this position here, you don't want to swing and roll this leg, because if you swing and roll it too much, my attacker might go with the momentum, keep rolling out, and then put you at his feet. So just got to be careful of that. So when we're doing this position here, I like to just punch it, because then I can jump him on here or here before he rolls. The one thing I'd just like to mention here is how I do this bridge, which is the most important. This bridge, you can move people who are bigger and heavier than you. This requires some good technique. So what happens is here, when the attacker's on top of me low here or on my midsection, this here, his weight is more on my hips. I can move his weight and his balance by starting to bridge. Now, we call this a bridge here, and we use it for all different types of ground problems where the attacker is in mount over my hip area. So not just for choke and mount. And so what happens is here, I want to get my heels high, close to my butt. Then from here, I need to be holding some type of post of his so he can't stop it. And from here, just the bridging part is I want to explode with my feet and with my hip. I want to get my hips up and over as fast and as high as I can. From here, you start to look over your shoulder. I could do helper hands with a punch of the ribs. But from here, this is how I do my bridge. Very fast, and you can see how high, and I'm even arching my back to help overbalance him this way. From here then, as I bridge, I want to bridge and then roll. And when I roll, the outside leg, as I bridge over, is going to do a roundhouse kick over, and on this side, I just roll. When I do my roundhouse kick, get the ball of the foot over, and you can see here with my base side with my arm, this helps to push me up here as I roll sideways, up. As soon as I'm here, I'm already hitting high, low, and then I can come out.